Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United 1, Stoke City 1. Disappointed, sick feeling going into the international break. Really disappointed. Jose, I've waited purposely to see what he had to say. Basically, he said that this is our best performance of the season. Better than Leicester. Should have been 3-0 at half-time, 7-0 at full-time, and this is football, and basically we just have to get on with it. I agree with him to a certain point. I think at half-time, it should have been 3-0, 2-0 at least. We would have been sat there saying this has been brilliant football than it was against Leicester, and the game should have been won. So in that sense, you park it and say, yeah, you're right. Why wasn't it 2 or 3-0? The same reason, I think, in the second half as well. But in the second half, I'm going to be totally honest and say, we were doing the live watch along, you were all watching, a lot of us, and we were saying that Stoke actually better in the second half, and on the balance of play, maybe we might have won it, but you can't argue with 1-1 from the second half. We got it totally wrong tactically. We took our foot off the pedal and Stoke got more confident. That's what happens in football. So there's two sides to the story. We should have won it by half-time. We were very good in the first half, but second half, we lost it. I don't know what they're talking about that Herrera should have got a red card against Joe Allen. He clearly goes for the ball. Herrera was my man of the match. There's a reluctance from Jose to take off the tall players, which, if that's the way he's going to be, that's the way he's going to be. I thought Mata being taken off was wrong for Rooney, and I thought Herrera coming off when we went 1-1, again, ridiculous. Herrera was man of the match. He was dictating the play. Memphis is just a waste of space, and I don't think Rooney, again, given a good 20 minutes to come onto the pitch, show people that they are wrong, that this dropping of him, he's going to get back to his old form. I'm not saying he was rubbish, but again, it was just the same old Rooney. There is no response to being dropped. He's the same old Rooney. The first touch isn't great, a bit wasteful here and there, not too bad. But he was on crosses in the last 5 minutes and wasted about 3 of them. So I don't see any improvement in Rooney. So if there's no improvement in him, we need to sort of be looking at shipping him out, really, because I don't see what he offers. Again with Memphis, but the big culprit for me today, I'm not calling him a flop. Pogba missed too many good chances and he wanders around the pitch. He was losing the ball. I think he'll be a great signing for us, but I think he needed subbing today, and I think we got the substitutions wrong. I do disagree with the manager. I think second half it was a very, very equal half. We didn't create anywhere near enough. I thought Zlatan's performance in the second half dropped off. Really pleased that Martial came on and got a goal. Hopefully that will force him into the team, because I think the Lingard experiment needs to stop if you want to progress as a team. It is one of those days. It is really disappointing to go into this international break with it feels like a loss, because a draw means nothing. We need to win games, and we should have won that game. And Stoke are a team that are going to get beaten by a lot of teams this season. But we didn't win it. We drew it, and you've got to look at why we drew it. I'm just looking at the TV there. They keep going on about this Herrera thing. He got booked. He won't get a subsequent ban. Move on from it. It wasn't a red card, and even Joe Allen said that. Blaming De Gea for the goal. I think De Gea's got enough credits in the bank for us to start turning on him. And in fairness, the shot takes a deflection. Probably didn't feel comfortable catching it. It's a slow ball. He can't palm it any further than he does. He can't palm it any better than he does. And maybe he could have got it out for a corner, but it's very difficult. 2 defenders go for the ball. A Stoke striker goes for the ball. He gets it back, and it's an open goal. Just one of them things. 1-0 is never enough. 1-0 is never enough in the Premier League. You can batter somebody and not take your chances, get 1 goal, and you can guarantee that in the last 15 minutes the opposition will get a chance. They scored it. Pogba then has a sitter. He doesn't score it to win the game. So ultimately, the story of that game is we didn't create enough. We didn't take enough chances. I do agree with Jose to a certain extent. I thought we created a load of chances, which we haven't done for a couple of years, and that was fantastic. We didn't take the chances, and you can overanalyze anything you like, but we've got to take those chances, and they were very good chances, and we didn't take them. So just really disappointed. Can we win the title? I don't know. I've been saying for the last few weeks that I don't think that's realistic, but who knows? Things can change about. I think some people are having good runs at the moment. Surely some of our opponents will have performances like today where they should win and they end up drawing a game. That's football. It does spread itself out. But imagine Pogba's head went in, says Marco Lund. Well, yeah, exactly. And S. Peled says we created a lot. Wayne Rooney, I'm playing because I've carried this club for 10 years. Disappointed in the second half and in the subs, says Lynn Hall. We started the second half slow, said Wilfred. We weren't in the game in the second half. It was a total contrast to the first half where the game should have been dead and buried. I disagree with the second half from the manager that he said we played well. I think his substitutions were odd. I mean, Mata's always the fall guy to get Rooney on the pitch. In hindsight, did we need to get Rooney on the pitch? Probably not. We needed to get Martial on the pitch. Yeah, I agree with that. Lingard for Martial, put Rashford on the right. Brilliant. But yeah, it's just disappointing, isn't it? I don't see why Rooney was used. I don't think Memphis is good enough. But you look at the bench and actually, yeah, Fellaini, I wouldn't have wanted to use him. Carrick, did we need to use him? Our bench isn't good enough, is it? You know, that's something else to look at, really. The bench isn't good enough. We miss Mkhitaryan, but, you know, for whatever reason, injured or whatever. But the bench isn't good enough. We at 0-0, we were saying we needed to make a substitution. We brought Martial on, that was right. You bring a declining Rooney on. You're not going to bring Fellaini on. You bring Memphis on, who's poor. The options off the bench weren't good enough because most of our players that are playing, you know, Rashford off the bench would be nice, but he's got to play at the moment. It's going to be a long 2 weeks. It's going to be a long 2 weeks, isn't it? And then we've got to go to Anfield. Lena Hall saying again, Mata our best player, why take him off? I mean, the goal is a lucky goal to a sense. It's a great finish by Martial. He plays a pass to Rooney, who is in such a decline. He's got no concepts that somebody might be trying to tackle him in the box, and he wants 2 touches. He takes a touch. The Stoke player tackles him very quickly. It goes to Martial, and he finishes it. We've got issues. We knew we had issues. Do I blame the manager? I blame the manager for the second half. I think the substitutions were wrong, and I think we were in trouble in the second half. But the reality is the game should have been won at half time. We'd have been comfortably 2 or 3-0 up, and we'd all have been waxing lyrical saying we're going places. So you can drop points. Man United, Salford Reds, Mata should have stayed on the pitch. I don't understand why we took off our best player, Herrera, when we went 1-1. I mean, it was madness. It was absolute madness. Herrera for Memphis. I mean, God, I don't know. If it works, it's genius. If it doesn't, we're saying what we're saying. But Herrera was fantastic. I thought Bay again was brilliant. I think Blind played really well. Beyond that, I'm struggling. I mean, Smalling didn't do much wrong. But those 3 were the standout players. Disappointing, says Rambo. Really was disappointing. And I think I need a few more hours just to sort of digest it a bit more. We will be live at 8:30 with Sunday Night Live. We were going to talk a lot about the media and the ex-players who just seem reluctant to blame the real issue with Manchester United this season, which is Rooney. But I think we're also going to have to talk about a few other areas for United. I don't think Pogba's a flop. I think he flopped today and he cost us 3 points. That's where I would say. But we go. That's my thoughts on it. Also, if you like FIFA 17, United Stand FIFA channel will be live at 8 o'clock with our FIFA Man United career live stream. But if you want to just moan about United, 8:30 on this channel. Thanks everybody for watching. Drop the video a like. We're going into the international break and we're going in on a downer. And 2 weeks till we play Liverpool at Anfield, which is going to be a huge game. We can't afford to lose it. Expecting to play Rooney and Fellaini and pack the midfield. I think the adventure of playing a progressive football will be abandoned, which is another negative. But we'll talk more about that tonight. Thanks for watching. Speak to you all very soon. And stick together, the United Stand. Let's talk about it more later and digest further at 8:30. But very, 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 very disappointed.